Hey, National Campus team. So welcome back to part 2 of the finance tutorials. So we're back in our chart field budgeting template. I'm going to teach you guys kind of where to find GL codes and how to plug those in, how it helps you for your budgeting process in the budget tool. So we're going to return again to the finance folder. In the National Campus Team folder here. So you see National Campus Team, Finance. There's a PDF here called the GL Account Reference Guide. Okay, so I'm not going to open that right here. I have it open in this window over here. And so what that is it's got a whole bunch of different numbers and categories that you actually use on a regular basis when you clear your one cards. So you'll recognize some of these categories. And so this is the categories that we're asked to do for budgeting. So we go back here and look at the things we set up. So the first thing we have here that we need a GL code for is Steve gave us $1,000 here in September. So let's say that is going to be a internal funding transfer, because that comes from within AIA, which means it doesn't get assessed. So that's here, intra-ministry departmental transfer, because we're all in the campus department. So that's going to be $70,005 for that spot right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to click over here, and we will put in $70,005. So then the next piece would be, all right, so we have an assessed income over here, which is the banquet, where we got $3,000. So we'll go back over here to the GL accounts. And we're actually going to scroll to the top of the document where it says revenues. The very first section here is contributions. Don't worry about the detail ones here, but just do regular contributions, which is 40,000. So we will go back into our budgeting tool and we'll type in 40,000. All right. So that's all of our GL codes for our income. So let's go over here to expenses. So we have our trip to Orlando, which is a flight and a rental car. So that's probably going to be travel general. So we don't need to get too specific right now. When you clear your one card, it's a good idea to be specific so you know exactly how you're spending. But for budgeting purposes, you can be a little bit more general, which makes the process a little bit easier. So we're going to go down into the expenses here. So we see travel, entertainment, and gifts in this section right here. Travel general is right here at the top, which is 68,000. So we're going to go back over here and we're going to type in 68, 1, 2, 3 zeros. All right. So now we say we have gifts for staff. So let's say those are books. Okay, but it might change. And then, so we have Solarium, and that's for winter retreat students. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go back over to the GL account. So gifts for staff. All right, so if it's a book, we have a specific one for books, but let's say it might be a book, it might be a gift for something else. So you guys could do staff development general, or down here into entertainment and gifts. So entertainment gifts here, which is 68,250. But for, let's say specifically for books, we'll do 67,500 staff development general. So we'll go back into our tool, 67,250, which is staff development general. All right, and Solarium, that's going to be actually slightly different because technically those are gifts for students. So we'll look at this and we'll say that it's for non-staff, so it's going to be these bottom four right here. It's for student development, so we're going to say non-staff development general, which is 67,600. So we're going to click here. So non-staff development general. We'll make that a little bit bigger. So 67,600. All right. So now we have all of our GL codes plugged in for our income and all of our expenses for the year. So the next thing we want to do is you can either follow the link in Frank's email here that he sent out on July 29. Following this link right here where it's budget/budget at the end, and that will take you to the data entry worksheet. You'll need to click on multi-line data entry worksheet, and then it'll take you here and you plug in your chart field one piece at a time. Make sure you indicate that you want to do fiscal year 2016 in this box right here on the left-hand side. And then there's a button that says Load Saved Budget all the way to the left. So click that Load Saved Budget, and what it'll give you is a blank worksheet here for us to input our budget. So the other way to get to it, if you can't find Frank's email, is from Staff Web. What you're going to do is you're going to click on US Operations up here at the top right. And once that page loads, we will go to Financial Services in this column right here on the left, second from the top. And in Financial Services, we're going to go back to the left, or back to the right, and it's Budget Tool. Right here in this first section of Quick Links, and the Budget Tool will take you here, multi-line data entry worksheet. So we're going to close both of those guys. We'll concentrate over here. So we have our budgeting template with our budget, and we have our data entry worksheet. So this top side right here is for revenues. So we said that we have income from Steve and income from a banquet and the assessment. So the way it's set up is that we'll do the internal revenues down here in this line, and this will be internal expenses. So this will just be the banquet. So the banquet is 40,000 is what we said. And so automatically update the description once we save the line. And we said in October we were going to gain $3,000. We also said though that we were going to get an assessment. So if we look back over here, assessment is 49,000. So we're going to type in 49, 3 zeros. And also in October, that means that the assessment is $600. So you notice it's in red automatically because assessment takes out. So what we can do is we can press save. It's going to ask you, are you sure you want to do this? And you're like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I want to save my work. And so now you can see contributions and assessment. So what you can do now is move on to your expense totals, which is this next section right here. So that's Orlando, gifts for staff, salarium. But you're not going to type in these. You're going to type in these GL codes. So 68,000 is our first one here. 68, 3 zeros. And that's going to happen in February because that's Orlando. And so that's $500. Okay. Then the next one is staff development general, which is 67,250. So 67,250. And we said that was going to be $20 a person, which is $200. Generally, it's a good idea to put the date in when you will spend it. I will add that column in here so that you know where to place it in the month right here. So as you place that there, we'll say we'll spend it in November, $200 here. So as you go through there, you will, once you finish submitting and saving, then you'll submit all and your budget's done. So thanks for watching, guys.